Doug Lehman, breaking it down in layman's terms. Today, I got a special guest, Amy Franko, a true sales leader, a former IBMer, a keynote speaker, and author of The Modern Seller, hashtag Modern Seller. Today, from Ohio, virtually, Amy Franko. Amy, welcome.
Doug, thanks so much for having me here today.
Well, thank you for doing this interview, and we're doing it virtually. And as a speaker, you've had to make a lot of pivots during this year. I've seen the video content. Can you comment, as a keynote speaker and a sales leader like you are, what changes that you've had to make in your own speaking business?
Well, the changes I've made in my business are very much the same types of changes our clients are making, right? Everything has changed overnight, going from the ability to be with our clients to having to work remotely and work virtually. So in the speaking world, that means our in-person events have transitioned to virtual events. And in the consulting and training world, it's working with my clients to build the foundational skills that they still need, but translating those into virtual environments for the time being.
I like what you said. You talked about the speaking world, but you also talked about the changes affect everybody, even your clients, customers, and vendors. Speaking on that, when you're doing your training and your consulting, what's your ideal client that you work with?
So my ideal client set, I'm working primarily with mid-market sized organizations that are in the professional services space and in the technology space.
I love it. And what I also like about everything that you put out there content-wise, The Modern Seller, on that book, what was the background, or what made you want to write this particular book? Because it speaks to today's buyers, it speaks to today's technology, and just how we're doing business.
One of the things I love the most about what I do is I get to blend sales with learning and development. So I've had a learning and development organization, consulting organization for the last 14 years. And the catalyst for the book, it has always been a lifelong goal to write the book, but the catalyst for the specific title, The Modern Seller, and the content was a lot of the work that I was doing with my clients. I was noticing that there was a need for these skills behind the skills. So we still need to be able to prospect, present, negotiate, close, all of those types of activities. But there were some skills behind the skills, the ability to be agile, entrepreneurial, holistic, social, and an ambassador. When we build those capabilities as individuals and as leaders, it helps us to be better at those everyday selling skills. And ultimately, that helps us to serve our clients better.
I love it. And you talked about the capabilities that are in the book that you mentioned when you keynote and when you consult and when you train. Last but not least, you're doing the keynoting, you're speaking, you're doing a lot with virtual now. Is there anything else that you'd like to add to our audience today?
I would say for anyone watching or listening to this is the time to really think about what it is you want to have accomplished a year from now, and thinking big and allowing yourself to not let the events of this year define you, but to put those bold goals out there, those bold sales goals, those bold growth goals. And now's the time to plan for those and use the next year to really go after them.
Now is the time. Hashtag Modern Seller. Check out Amy Franko. I want to thank Amy for coming on. I want to thank you out there for social watching in layman's terms.